You need to be a top-zone hero that is like comfortable. Lina has like disables. Zeus is kind of bad against Kanka because you get caught. You know, we don't have a proper save, and we wanted Zeus more because it has more value against the Terrorblade. So I mean, everyone is happy with the draft. We're gonna go along with it.
357, same question. Helen is helping us translate as well. What can you tell us about your strategy for this final game?
这是第5盘了，选手听不到我们现在说的话，我们想听你最真实的想法。这第5把怎么样？
我觉得就是这个宙斯这个点，如果能处理好就还好吧。宙斯这个点蛮克 TB 的。
If we can take off the Zeus, then we're all good because Zeus is a counter against Terrorblade.
Confidence level?
自信心满吗？自信心满度。
很有自信，可以的。
Very confident. We can.
Zeus more because it has more value against the Terrorblade. So
RPs. Normally there's like, you know, that 1 second delay. It's like, oh, he RP'd, but I think with Seb on the Magnus, they know when it's going to happen.
This top lane should be extremely difficult for OG. This Batrider, unless he gets really pressured by the early treants, should be able to have a really good time versus Ember and Nature's Prophet. He just run them down with a fissure if he gets the sacks up. Mid matchup, I think Somnus should be able to have a fine time, and they can even have the kill threat and rotations. But Thompson also shouldn't get killed by himself by any means as Zeus.
No, we should expect to see Thompson have a much better time against Somnus's compared to when he was playing his Invoker.
Absolutely.
I think this game, the team fight is very even on both sides. So you have Magnus on one side, you have the Silencer to counter it, you have the Batrider, but he's only single target relative to a huge amount of AoE damage coming out from OG, so I think these lineups are fairly equal.
Yeah, the thing I like about OG's draft is they have, the one thing I always look at when you're playing versus a Silencer is a way to get vision of where that Silencer is in the team fight. So they've got the Zeus ability to do that, and then they can pierce the backlines with an Ember Spirit to get on top of it, so that can be pretty nice for them. But as for LGD, they do have a lot of ways of initiating fights. They have their Kunkka to start it, and then they have the follow-up with Global Batrider and Earthshaker. It's a lot of ways to actually initiate and counter-initiate.
I mean, Kunkka has also been maybe's best hero this tournament. He has just been destroying on that. And it is a pretty easy lane for Zeus, but actually even in CS.
Yeah, I think his Kunkka and his Storm for me have been unbelievable. We'll probably see the similar build that he's been doing on that Kunkka. Maybe not double bracer, but at least one of those bracers, and this time he's going to go for like the magic wand. X. Heavy harass. We'll be
and a lot of potential for X-Nova this game to have a huge impact. We've seen from the Silencers through and through this competition so many times these sort of big team fights put to a halt. You've got to be careful if you're this Ember or if you are, of course, Seb on the Magnus in terms of holding on to the RP in top lane. Bit of a block off there onto Ana. He's got the stick charges. He does have 3 stacks of sticky napalm upon him as Chalice diving in. Gets that first blood. Tanks up a bit of the tower, but he's able to get his way out of it. It's PSGLGD. Out to a strong start in this top lane.
Yeah, a little bit of risky move by Noto. He TP'd, but he didn't TP back home. He TP'd to pull away. And Ana was just let out there by his lonesome.
They have to go for those type of kills constantly in the top lane, because Batrider, you don't really last hit that great in the laning phase. You're just going to get your last hits through your Firefly once you're able to do some stacks and whatnot. So they have to play very aggressive up clear whenever they see an opportunity if Ana steps up too far. Bottom lane going very well. Seb is doing a great job with that Empower. They're really messing with Ame's last hits with the Fade Bolt as well. You see he's got that massively reduced damage. He's sitting at 40 compared to Seb's 80. So just making it that much easier for the Magnus to put the pressure onto Ame.
Yeah, the Quelling Blade can only do so much for him. And next Nova, I mean, he doesn't have any points of Blaze of Wisdom, and he can't really harass Seb. Magnus is actually surprisingly tanky in lane. Yeah. Really hard to harass out.
Ame's going to use the Metamorphosis to try and catch up in the CS. A bit of harass onto Jax and Seb if possible. And try and close that gap between himself and Seb as you talk about. Seb with that lead. Second highest in CS level with his Ember Spirit at the moment.
This is not an easy Magnus game, by the way. As soon as he jumps in, he can get lifted, or he can get lassoed, he can get fissured, he can get echoed. There's so many counterplays, especially Global Silence. So I wouldn't feel super comfortable as a Magnus here. You really want someone else to jump in, like the Ember.
Tops steps up a bit far in the mid lane. FY as well as Somnus, they're catching on him. Boots on that
they
shaker.
Should have the catch here with the fish up into the X-Mark Torrent combo. Of course, Thompson, will he die the Ancient? He won't. Somnus gets the hit in. Tidebringer, he has the damage to claim the second kill here for PSGLGD.
FY has been doing a really good job controlling both runes. 2-minute rune, he got the haste, 4-minute rune. Make sure that Zeus can't get it. He did rush a bottle and won't be able to get that regeneration rune that is generally a lane rune for the Zeus.
And FY's got it, so he can even keep his pressure on this map. At the moment, he's getting close to Arcane Boots. Shaker. Jerax in some trouble here.
Fisher block not quite successful, but it doesn't look like it may matter with the damage coming out between the two of them. Slow from the curses.
Still
in he goes. FY one more slam with the totem.
Full mana.
They're trying to go around maybe try and get a kill on Chalice up here, but it doesn't matter if the Shaker's there or not. They can't get the kill.
Bounty runs. He looks like they're going to be the ones to claim 3.
Top lane, a bit of a dive going on to Anna. He's got 5 stacks at the moment on him. No tail, will TP, and Chalice is tanking quite a bit of the tower. Stick charges are there from Anna.
He's moving.
As Anna will be fine there. I don't think, by the looks of it, Chalice checked the stick charges on Anna as he was A-okay. Mid lane at the same time, Thompson getting gone on. FY's there with the combo. Helping out Somnus secure that kill onto the Zeus.
You kind of expect this from Zeus, just because he died doesn't mean the lane's going poorly. It's actually kind of expected, I would say. But really, he'll just contribute later on in the team fights. He's not quite level 6 yet.
And that one death that he did have, it does start to hurt you because you get that level disadvantage.
FY again.
FY making those moves all over the place.
Absolutely setting up for another kill here as they chase down Jerax. More +2 for the Silencer top lane as well. Chalice runs down Anna. It's 6-1. The kill's starting to really build up in this first 6 minutes of gameplay from PSGLGD.
They don't have a real good way to protect their Ember Spirit in that top lane. If anything, they need the Rubik there to help him to pull that aggressiveness that's coming out from Chalice off of him.
And they're not slowing down this Earthshaker's farm at all. He has 500 gold and Arcane Boots. If he gets an early blink, I mean, I'm really scared for OG.
Yep.
Now Seb.
Seb is in a lot of trouble here too.
He is. They're coming looking for him in the trees. FY's there, ready for him. Waiting for him.
He was right on top of him.
3-0-3 on this Earthshaker already at the 6.5-minute mark.
The power of the Shaker, we've seen it not only in this finals, but throughout the whole tournament. FY, one of, if not the best Shaker in the game at the moment. And he's certainly showing it here in the game where it all counts the most. Trying to set up, buying time for No-Tail to come through. Somnus does get the bow tap, but he's already dead. Thunder God's Wrath from Thompson will burst him down. They did send 4 heroes in for this one though, OG. Seb also joining in the middle lane.
They get the Kunko kill, which is great, but now Ame's just got an open lane to himself. Now there's no pressure being put on this Tower Blade at all. Actually recovered really well. 36 and 14 last hits.
Yep, and they expended Zeus ult too, so not too much kill potential on the side lanes. They still have that double combo though from the Wrath of Nature.
In range there to dispel the smoke straight up. Jerax.
Jerax is pulling an X-Nova right now, right? Just smoking through with just putting down some words, getting ready for the next movements that are coming out.
And again, Somnus having a very scary start to this game. He's top on the CS. We saw what he was able to do with a good opening on his Kunko earlier in this series. And so far, he's on the right track to offering a repeat performance.
Zeus also has to be careful, not only the global, but the curse. The curse really hurts Zeus.
It's true.
Especially if he gets his buff so many times.
Ana, level 6 here, has a Remnant.
A little harder for Chalice to find those kills now. Does have that lasso up. And No-Tail, he's been found out. He'll pop the Sprout down, but it'll be cut through by Somnus as another kill for Somnus in that middle lane.
Yeah, he blinded TP to try and steal the rune.
Yep.
He did get the regen.
They do send Thompson down here to put a bit of harassment onto Army. Army's behind the tower. Instant TP comes in from FY as well, so OG can't dive.
They can't put a lot of pressure on the turret blade here though. With the Zeus as well as that shockwave span coming out from that Magnus, they can't slow down his farm a bit and force that reaction from LGD at least.
But look at this, 8.5 minutes in. Somnus doing.
Zeus also has to be careful, not only the global, but the curse. Zeus also has to be careful, not only the global, but the...
A little harder for Chalice to find those kills now. Does have that lasso up, and no tell.